Okay. Let me know if can y'all see that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is just obviously for us, we call ourselves Flight Club. If you're familiar with the movie Fight Club, right? It's kind of similar, and it kind of coincides with what we believe in here because, first and foremost, man, we're gonna be physical. Obviously, a lot of times, as a receiver room or the receiver group, typically some of those guys are known as not the dudes that want to mix it up and get dirty. So for me, that's like paramount for me to get those guys to buy in to playing physical in everything that we do, whether it's run blocking, catching the football, route running. I mean, we move with purpose, we move with a sense of urgency, and we're violent. And that's what we stress. Does it happen 100% of the time? No. I'd be lying if I said it did, but you know what? We definitely preaching it, and we feel really good about how our receivers go about it. So I'm gonna go into a couple deals just with what we do as a group. Obviously, you guys know this quote, but I love it. I mean, I just think if you're not all in for the exciting task, you're a traitor. Might as well go play for the other team. It's true. You know what I mean? If you're out there and you're not giving 110%, what are we really doing? You know what I'm saying? That's so important for us. It's when you break it down, right, you have to do 1/11th of the job. We're not asking a ton, but you better do that 1/11 to the best of your ability. And that's all we ask. You know what I mean? I'm big on this. Don't try, do. I honestly, and I don't like using the word hate. I believe in positive language, and I'll kind of get into that a little more. But for me, right, when someone tells me that they try, like I'm going to try and do that, you're basically admitting that you're not actually going to do it. Once again, that's just my opinion. So I don't allow our guys to use that word. I'll kind of jump on them a little bit, but you can see some of the examples here. So why try to do it when you can just do it? You know what I mean? Why try and get the job done when you can get the job done? If I'm talking to you about your grades and you're like, Coach, I'm going to try and study more. Why try and study more when you can study more? There's a difference to me. Okay, you have to be able to get in there and get the job done, and it's simple as that. If you're going to try to do it, like I said, you might as well just admit that you're not going to get it done. So we're big on positive language and how we go about certain things. And obviously, like you see that last one, why try your best when you can do your best? Coach, I'm going to try and do my best. No, get out there and do the best you can. That's all I ask. I'm not telling you to be a 5-star receiver. I'm not. You know what I mean? But when you come out there, we expect you to do the best that you can on each and every rep. Okay, just something, the code of conduct. Obviously, if you've seen the movie, you don't talk. First rule of Flight Club, you don't talk about Flight Club, right? So basically, for us, it's kind of just we hold ourselves to a higher standard. Okay, if you just kind of see, I'll kind of briefly go through it. Don't fall in line with the crowd. Learn to march to your own beat, no matter what others think. We're not here to be average or mediocre. Obviously, I always talk about it. The lane of average, man, is jam packed. Right? We've heard that quote before. They talk about, it's just overcrowded. The easiest thing to do is just kind of go with the motions. It's so easy. And we fall into that category all the time. It's too easy to do it. So we have to constantly push ourselves, not only, as coaches, right? Just ourselves in general, but, you got to push your players. You got to demand more. You got to be on top of them. A lot of it is just being consistent with your approach. Okay. Make sure you stay on top of the little things. If you want guys to sprint through the line, all right, and a guy pulls up on the line, that can't be acceptable. Like for me, one of the things that we do, right, if we're going through, say we're coming down the line catching footballs, all right, the guy runs and catches a football, catch it, toss it back. He's got to jog all the way to the end of the line, so right behind the last guy. Okay, if it's something where he's jogging and pulls up a yard or two short, okay, yeah, am I nitpicking? Is that minuscule? Is that little? Maybe to some. To me, it's not. Okay, but because it's the simple instructions and it's holding them to a higher standard. So we'll sometimes, if that happens, like early on before we got canned by all this mess, a lot of new guys were coming out there. So, I had to kind of wean them into it, letting them know what the expectations are. So if it happened a couple of times, I just made it a point. I stopped what we're doing and made it a point. Okay. Eventually, right, we get into doing up downs or whatever the case may be. All right. How we operate will push you past your physical and mental threshold. Push past that. It won't be easy, but it'll be worth it. One of the things that I did last spring, I really looked to push these guys, their mental toughness. I wanted to build mental toughness in these guys. So we did a lot of things, but it was productive, you know what I mean? Conditioning things, allowing these guys to, we'll run gassers. there was times, right, we line up. I said, all right, we're about to do gas. I said, look, you let me know. You let me know when you guys are done. I didn't give him a number. I wanted to just see. All right. In my mind, I'm like, man, if we get to 10, that'd be awesome. Right. So they're going. Some guys, we're getting about 8. And I'm like, cool, this is great. Get to 10. They keep going. I'm like, awesome. Right. Some guys, when it started, the bickering back and forth, because, when you get tired, right, you get irritable. So that happened. And I was glad it did, because I wanted to show them, all right, when times get tough, right, when things get difficult, when you're not feeling your best, you're tired, you're exhausted, that's the last time, or that's the last thing you should do, is turn on each other. You got to buy in, you got to lean on each other and keep pushing forward. Long story short, we got to 20-something. So I was really impressed with that, and it was a lot of fun to watch, okay? And the second rule, and I'll be honest, guys, before this, I was kind of like a rules guy, hey, early is on time is late, be respectful, do this, do that. And I was like, let me just condense it, okay? So now the only thing I ask is just do your best. And, we kind of, acronyms, I like acronyms here and there. Obviously, we talk about dub, getting the dub and the win. So for us, dub, right, it's going to be do your best. Obviously, it's a little play on words, I guess, but do your best. That's all you can ask for. So in the classroom, do the best you can, okay? You need to get a practice on time. Just do the best you can. So if you're doing the best you can to get to practice, you should be there on time, correct? Because if not, then you didn't do the best you can, okay? So this encompasses anything that you can think of and will be required to remain in this group and perform at a high level. That's just what we do. Okay, that's what we do. I'm going to stop this share and kind of get to the blocking presentation. Okay, bear with me 1 second. Okay. Now we'll get into blocking. All right, and to me, this is paramount. All right. I care about this more than I care about anything that these wide receivers are going to do. I mean that to the utmost. I tell them all the time, I am more impressed. I'm happier. I get more jacked up when I see you selling out in the run game, okay, setting up a touchdown, all right, or aiding to, that touchdown block, whatever it is. I get more jacked up about that than you catching a touchdown pass. I mean that to the fullest. That's just what we believe in. My thing is this, guys. Wide receivers, you never have to convince or get a receiver jacked up, right, to learn a new release or catch a jump ball, right, or work break points or work different routes. You don't have to do that. That stuff's easy. It comes with the territory. Blocking, you got to make sure that you hammer home, okay? And it kind of goes back to this, right? You prove that you care. You prove that you care about them, then they care about you, right? Correct. All right. So you prove that you care about something. If they care about you, they'll care about what you care about. So I care about blocking big time. I care about being physical. I care about setting the tone in the game. That's just what we do. I'm a big believer in gaining the mental edge, especially in high school, right? As guys get older, they get more mature. You find a little more of that mental stability in a sense. Even there, it's kind of shaky. But at the high school level, forget about it. We can easily gain the mental edge with our physical play, and that's what we're going to do. So we call it bully ball. I'm sure there's other places that call it. I know for a fact it does, and it's all good, right? But that's what we do. We believe in bullying, pushing people around. That's what we do. Okay. You also see there, man up Mondays. One of the things, guys, that I dislike very much, right? People come in and they're sluggish coming to that first day of practice. Why? Oh, it's Monday. We're just getting back. Nah, screw that. I don't want to hear that. So how we're going to do that? We're going to bang. We're going to hit. We're going to be physical. We work on our blocking techniques. I'll throw the small car tires out there, and we'll have a one-on-one tug of war. You got to be tough. You got to learn to be tough. And that's exactly what we're going to do to start the week off. Start the week off with a bang, all right? And that should set the tone for the rest of the week. I firmly believe in that. So you're going to have to come out there and be physical. You can't play this position if you're not. And if you see there, no block, no clock, all right? And it was funny because when Coach Kelly went on there, Coach Zach Kelly, he was talking about how, he doesn't talk about no block, no rock, because it's not even, you're not going to get the ball. You're not going to play. Well, no block, no clock. What's the clock do? It tells the time. You ain't getting any. You're not getting any time if you're not willing to get out there and block. Plain and simple. I don't care who you are. Doesn't matter to me. If it boils down and I have 2 receivers that are fully bought in, well, guess what? We're going to allow 12 personnel, 20 personnel, whatever it is. All right, we're going to make it happen. Okay. What it's going to take, guys, this is what it is, y'all, right? 90% effort and attitude, 10% technique. I don't give a shit what you say. That's just what I believe in, all right? Don't get me wrong. We obviously work techniques, and we'll talk about some of it today. But if you got that hunger, you give that effort, and you have an attitude about yourself, I guarantee you're going to be a pretty sufficient blocker, all right? Blocking is a want to. You have to carry a certain mindset when you're looking to execute any block. Your technique helps, but ultimately it's going to come down to the effort you give and the attitude you bring with excuse me. Have a sense of urgency. I don't know about you guys, but one of the things that, certain guys at our high school struggle with is just having that sense of urgency. You got to go balls to the wall from point A to point B, wherever it is. Okay. So, whether it's jogging, whether it's going from, one station to the next or just move, man. We ain't got time to waste. You have to have a sense of urgency. Okay. It's just a couple slides, executing proper technique, just some pictures I grabbed. Obviously, we want to maintain that good leverage, hairline at the opponent's chin. So we talked about between the opponent's chin and his eyes type of deal, kind of that aiming point, elbows in tight, or thumbs up, elbows in. When I talk about blocking, guys, I talk about shooting the elbows. Reason I say that is because when, just talking about shooting the hands, sometimes you push those hands out, right, and your elbows get wide or whatever the case may be. All right, we're talking about shooting the elbows so they stay in tight. I need tight hands because I need to aim for that breastplate, all right, and then I can control my man. Okay, where it all starts, all right, proper stance. All right, Coach Fury was on the other day, and I do agree with him. I do believe sometimes we overcoach the stance, and maybe I've done that in the past. We do talk about certain weight distribution. I may end up switching that up, but basically got to get that weight on that front foot. We're looking to explode off the ball. Good back knee bend. All right, keep that toe pointed straight. All right, not too narrow, not too wide. And I believe in this. And if you see that last bold statement right there, your body always corrects itself. What I mean by that is if that dude on the right or the left, either one, if his toe is crooked or his back leg is straight, the first thing you're gonna do is dip, turn the foot, and then head out, right? So why are we gonna do that? Let's just get in our stance and roll. You know what I'm saying? To me, I break even route running down into 4 phases. This is always phase 1. You got to win phase 1. So if I false step, false move, I take whatever, or I already lost phase 1, I'm behind. I got to work even harder, right, to get caught back up. So we talk about rolling off that front foot, pretending like there's a stake in your foot, rolling off, no false step. Okay, but the stance, it always starts with the stance with me. Okay, attacking the defender, right? It's our job to get between the defender and the ball carrier. Once again, sense of urgency, eat that cushion. Don't you agree? I mean, everybody, I don't think I'm in the minority here. If I'm a receiver and I sprint down the field and block the dude 15 yards down the field, don't you think that gives our ball carrier a better opportunity to make a play? I do. Maybe it's just me. I don't think it's just me. So we want to make sure we are attacking. Okay. And obviously your approach, depending on the play, we're going to approach things differently. Okay. All right. So here's something that, once again, and I don't know if I'm sure other coaches do it. Me personally, I haven't had any receiver coach kind of talk to me about this stuff and what we do. But how I teach blocking is I think I do it a little differently. I used to be 3 to 5 yards, break it down, blah blah blah. Okay. A few years ago, I was at a coaching clinic, and Coach Guerreri and Coach DJ. When DJ was at Duke, we're talking about, certain man coverage things and tackling and stuff. And they always talked about keying the near hip, right? Key the near hip. All right. You can key that near hip, right? And obviously when DBs are playing man coverage, right? Keying that near hip. You're keying it for that sink of the hip, right? For the change of direction. You can't change direction without sinking your hip. Okay. So that's how we block. So what I mean by that is we're going to sprint out whoever I'm getting. I'm keying his near hip. That's what I'm looking for. When he sinks, I sink. Now, Coach G, what if he's 10 yards back and he starts to sink? Well, that's plenty of time for me to process the distance in my mind. I could still gain ground. I can still close that distance. I'm good then. Okay. But it should be so good. Like you got it. And this is something you really have to coach up. All right. So one of the things that we'll do is I'll play the DB, or I'll get someone else to play DB. I'll put a cone, all right, in my near hip. So their eyes stare at that cone. So you see that cone dip, you drop. And it's beautiful, honestly. And I sound weird saying this, but when it's in sync, guys, it's beautiful. It's like a symphony, right? The hip sinks, it's like they're on a string. It's beautiful, I'm telling you. Okay, so as you attack the defender, lock your eyes in the near hip. As you initiate your breakdown, take short, choppy steps to get into that stance, hips sunk, right? We want to play in that good position, all right? Feet slightly wider, shoulder width, hands active, all right? You got to be active with your hands. Be ready to read and react, okay? So if you had a good base, you have your hips coiled, you can move explosively. That's what we're looking to do. But it all starts with your eyes, all right? Same thing with catching the football. Starts with your eyes. Well, blocking is the same for us. Lock your eyes on that near hip. Once he sinks, go and get it, okay? All right, and obviously, leverage is a big deal. We kind of touched on it before. All right, we want to make sure that we are lower than the defender. The times that you are higher, right, we get into trouble sometimes. Now he's getting up in our pads, and now we're getting pushed around. Okay, I don't know about you guys. I haven't been blessed. All right, with the most jacked up receivers. My guys. I mean, I had one this year that was 180, 185, and that was a blessing. I mean, I had one year that I don't even know if anyone scratched. We're sniffing 160. Okay, so we got to make sure that we use whatever to our advantage, and it's got to start with leverage. Okay, especially if I'm light in the ass and I'm playing high, I'm gonna be knocked back all over the place. That's not a good feeling. Okay, making contact. All right, and we talked about hands inside, shoot the elbows. All right, elbows tighten inside. Aiming point is the breastplate. If I get my hands on that breastplate, man, I'm in control. It's the steering wheel. I'm gonna take you wherever I want to go. But here's the big thing, right here at the bottom left. You got to take the air out. So once contact is made, all right, you want to violently pull the defender in. Keep it tight, right? If I'm in tight, he has less wiggle room to release from me. Okay, what do they want to do? They want to block, shedding blocks and all that stuff. Extend the arms, right? Get the arms extended. Now I can shed out the way. No, we got to eliminate that. I got to take the air out. We're gonna take that air out. Pop the hands, suck it in, right? Here, keep it in tight. Now I can control. Okay, when you get your arms out wide, right, when we start to lean like this and all that, my hands are out wide, that's when we get in trouble. So we'll even work a drill sometimes where basically you're out of position in a sense. So right now, my arms are extended, I'm kind of leaning, all right, and we'll kind of work that. I'll start them in that position, and what do? You got to run your feet. Run your feet back under your hips and get in tight again, and now I'm back in that position. It happens. We can't win every block, right? We can't win every block. Okay, so we got to make sure that not only are we repping exactly what to do, but we got to rep what we do when we get out of that position, when the DB starts to release or whoever it is that we're blocking. Okay, and obviously grabbing outside will increase the chances of getting a hold. Keep your elbows tight, keep your hands tight. Okay, we also do a drill where sometimes you can't get the hands on them. What do you got to do? As long as my body is in position, right, of the defender and the ball carrier, I'm doing okay. And we work something like that. Okay, and staying with the defender, just like playing defense in basketball, right? All right, keeping the hips uncoiled will ensure good leverage and allow you to move more explosively. All right, feet should always stay active. Okay, never look back at the ball carrier. I tell my guys all the time, if you want to watch the ball carrier, there's two ways you can do it. When we meet after the game and watch film, or from the sidelines, your choice. Simple as that. Okay, I can't stand, right, when we get into that mode and we engage and we look back. Now that defender slips off, don't worry about it. That ball carrier, trust your ball carrier, right? Trust whoever's holding the rock that he knows how to read a block. And if he doesn't, it is what it is. But you got to get your job done. That goes back to doing 1/11th of the job. If we're sitting there staring back and worrying about this and that, then we're worried about someone else's 11th, and then we can't do that. And you got to block through the whistle. I don't give a crap what it is. Don't pull up. I get fired up. So like, I was telling you before, we do the tug of war with the tire, right? Well, you got to go until I blow that whistle. Trust me, I make a pretty big scene, all right, if a guy quits in a sense or stops before that whistle's blown. That's not happening. Just not. Goes back to that effort and attitude, okay? One of my favorite clips, man, and this is exactly what we want to do, right? Attitude and effort. This is where the elite blockers separate themselves, okay? Especially at the high school level, they want to do everything but block. Okay, at Britt, we're physical play at the receiver position is the standard. That's what we do. Carry an attitude with us while we give max effort. Shoot, guys, I didn't even have to do it, fellas. The guys were like, hey, who's going to get more pancakes this week? It's me. I got this. I got that. Awesome. That's what I want. That's what I want to hear. Do that. Get jacked up about run blocking. Get jacked up about run blocking. You know what I mean? This is what we're looking for. If you can set this kind of tone right here with physical play, trust me, it's going to make your job so much easier. Nobody wants to get hit for a full game straight. It's not what you want to do. You don't want to get hit in the mouth all the time. Okay? So when we start to do that, when we establish that physical play, guys, it's going to carry you a long way. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the share here, and I'm gonna get into just some clips that I got. It's both some drills, like I said, that my guys were doing, and then just some practice film, and then some game clips. So bear with me. Bear with me. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Here we go. All right, so this is kind of like one of the first things we'll start to do. And once again, these are a couple of my guys that were out there a few weeks ago. And, I knew they were out there training, so I asked them to do a couple blocking drills. All right, so this is kind of where we'll start, right? Where, just kind of getting that good base, hips sunk. We want to shoot the elbows. Remember, we want to stay in tight, but this is kind of just a quick blocking progression, right? We're going to shoot the elbows. We're going to fire out into our man. We're going to pull him in, take the air out, and then we're going to drive, okay? So if you see here, hands, right? Thumbs are up. Once again, I mean, they're not in pads or anything. We believe in, getting that initial first strike to be really violent. We want heads to snap back, okay? But hand placement is good. Obviously, his leverage is pretty good, okay? Once again, not having the shoulder pads, whatever, but we want to grab. We want to grab in there. All right. We want to pull in tight, boom, here, right? And now we want to drive out of there. So taking the air out, once again, requires you to be violent on the pull in. So I talk about all the time, head snap back, you know what I mean? Once you pop, head snap back, head snap forward, all right? When you take that air out, and then we want to drive. Now, I know whatever, false step in here and there. I mean, once you got the guy hemmed up, it may happen. Just get the guy blocked. You know what I mean? I don't know how paramount or how pivotal, if I take a step back real quick, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I just want the guy to get blocked. Like, yeah, I don't want him to step back this far, right? Because now you kind of, what you did was you put yourself out of position, right? We want to keep our feet more under our hips, okay? But, if a little false step happens, it's fine. All right. Once again, same deal. All right. Pop. Take the air out. Drive out. Okay. Once again, watch that false step. Here's the other guy doing it. Okay. Pop. Air out. Like that right there. I like that. Keep it in tight, man. Good. Boom. Fuck it. Hey, look, man, we're going to get real acquainted. All right. Because I'm going to put you in the dirt. Because I'm going to get you so close to me, I'm going to suffocate you. And then when that happens, right, you're going to avoid me later on. If I constantly do that, you're going to avoid me. And drive out, okay? Drive out of there. And then, once again, obviously, DB is not going to necessarily just let you drive him out. But sometimes when you get in that position, right, you get him in that back pedal, so to speak, that, that no man's land deal, yeah, drop his ass. Okay, one more rep in here. Boom, pop. Bring him in. Like it, right? Tight. Ain't no air in there. No air, no opportunity to breathe. Love it, okay? Just drive him out now. Drive him out, okay? And once again, if you feel like you're starting to lean too much, you got to run your feet. Run your feet, okay? So you make sure you get back underneath and get in that position, all right? So disclaimer here, this is, I don't know, the season ended a while ago. I don't condone all this, the hand stuff, so we'll ignore that for now. First thing I did, I said when he sent me these videos, like, fix your damn hands. Fix your hands, okay? But we're off that. All right. So this one we're just working on, and it's tough to see. You can't really see the DB in this, but his eyes, we want to key that near hip, okay? So we'll work this kind of progression, right? We'll work now, break it down, and as you see him here, right? He's chopping his feet and he's gaining ground. He's gaining ground on the DB, okay? Once we chop down, okay, we want to still gain ground. We don't want to just stop right there. We want to keep moving in position, but see, the feet are going to stay active, okay, just in case if he darts left or right. We got to make sure we're on that. And I always want them to finish in this position right here because that's where we want to block. What's the point of, right, breaking it down than just standing straight up? That's not what we do, okay? So we're going to run. We're going to close that distance. We're going to take the air out, okay? We're going to get in that position, okay? One more time, right? Now, stance 2, get a little more. I mean, it's pretty good, right? Watch his front foot roll off. There's no false step, no false movement, okay? Minimal, very, very minimal. But Pretty good, right? Pretty good. Okay. All right, here's another one. He's a little tight there. Same thing, man. I don't know. The hands, man. Fix that crap. But a little tight with his stance, but regardless, okay. Now we're talking about attacking the DB on an angle. So the same way, certain guys will teach kind of keying that hip, right? As you're going to tackle, right? If that guy's hips open up and he's running, you kind of run. He starts to turn and sink. You kind of start to break down. It's similar here. Nothing different. So, right, the DB or the defender, all right, has his hips towards the sideline and he's starting to run. So we're going to get into our run. As soon as he starts to break down, boom, now we start to break down. That's the beautiful part. Now, where his head position is, it's tough to tell if he's exactly keying the hip or not. But if you see as the DB or the defender starts to descend, we start to descend. I like that. I'll take that. And then he gets in position because, if the defender's running that way, he's obviously running that way for a reason. So what does he do? He gets his body in position. Now he's in between the defender and the ball carrier. Hopefully the ball carrier is going out the back door right there, and it's a big play. But I like this. I like this. Boom. Get into that move, right? We're running with him because if I just start to lateral shuffle right there while the dude's running, I'm never going to be able to get him. Let's be real. Never going to be able to get him, okay? So we got to make sure that we do that. We got to make sure that we stay with him, stay with that defender. Really good skill on skill, right? So those dudes can move. We got to make sure we cut them off. We got to make sure we get in the way, okay? Okay, so this is what I was talking about before. Sometimes, right, you can't necessarily get the hands on him, all right? If I can't get the hands on him and in there, it's going to be tough. So I can't – it doesn't always happen that way. So this is kind of simulating, right? There's a run to our – so right now there's a run that's going out to our right. So what we're doing is just something that we work on, right? It's just kind of punching through that shoulder. That shoulder, that's where the defender's going to. Why? We want to punch through that shoulder so we get him turned. All right. If we get him turned, okay, that ball carrier have an easier lane. It's also going to ensure that he doesn't beat us over top. Okay. So right now, right, same rules apply. Okay. The eyes stay on the near hip. I break down. When he breaks down, now I'm going to start to move. I'm punching, right? Just part of the drill, right? Punching through that outside shoulder. What we want to do, right? Thumb up. Okay. I want to punch through and up. So I get under that shoulder pad and I can turn him like this. Okay. If I just punch him like this, it's, it'll turn him, but I want to lift and turn. Okay. So I'm here with the hand. I don't know if y'all can see my hand. I'm going to punch in and up like that and get his shoulder turned. Okay. But here's where it kind of gets, different right here. So, essentially, right, if we're punching through, obviously that the defender's looking to get over top. So if he starts to run, all right, we're in a weird position. So what we teach him to do is we're going to rip and run. So right now, okay, once that dude starts to go, I'm going to rip and run. And ideally, I'd like to get underneath his elbow and into his armpit so I can get his shoulder pads up, and now I can kind of wall him off. So right here, you see the receiver trying to get under or looking to get under his arm here, okay? Once he gets under his arm, see how the defender's body turns? I get under his arm, and now his shoulders are turned. You see that? That's what we're looking to do, and now I cut him off. Because guess what, guys? It ain't always going to be easy. We got to find different ways to combat whatever position we're in. So right now, okay, he's ripping, he's running, he rips underneath the armpit, underneath the elbow into the armpit, okay, and now he's starting to wall off. Good. Good. Same thing here, right? Punch, punch, punch. Okay, right now, the defender starts to run, get that arm underneath his, hit that elbow, ride it up to the armpit, just like that. Done. Okay, now the runner, right, the running back or whoever's carrying the ball is going out this back door right here. Now you're in great position. You're in great position. Effort, attitude, that's all it is. Done, okay? Just another, like I said, this is just a drill that will work, okay? I think it's the same thing. Same thing, yep. Okay, sometimes, hey, man, defender's arms, whatever, just keep fighting, right? Just like route running, it's constant hand fight, just keep fighting. Keep fighting, get in the way, get in between. Your body has to get between the defender and the ball carrier. That's all I want. All I want. Okay, here's some practice clips, all right? Some screen work here. All right, these are two JV players. One outside here, 36, a sophomore. This one's a freshman right here. All right, we're not going to nitpick on some of the stuff. Some of the stuff is, whatever. But here we go, right? He fires off the ball. We're watching 36 right now. Obviously, the stance is a little jacked up. Look at that foot. Christ. Okay? He's going to come out. Boom. Break down, right? The defender's kind of the DB's kind of sitting there, and he goes right into his downward, downhill climb, I guess you could say, or downhill descent. All right? He breaks it down. Good, right? Look at the leverage right now. Look at the helmet, right? We talked about the hairline being between the eyes and the chin, right? We're good there. All right? Wide base, maybe a little too wide, a touch wide, but you know what? I'd rather him be a little too wide than too narrow. You get too narrow, man, and you're going toppling down. Toppling down. Okay? Think about a structure with a small base, right? That wind starts kicking. Forget about it. You're probably going down here. All right? So hands inside, he's got to run the feet now. He starts to pick up right here, right? So out of position a little bit right there, but okay, what does he start to do? He starts to run his feet. So now we're in better position right there. You got to keep fighting, keep fighting, keep fighting. Now look, right now, hat placement is a big deal, right? Ideally, okay, now he doesn't necessarily know where the ball carrier is going, but in your mind, right, if you know that bubble's coming, okay, and you're blocking he can only go inside. So he should be fighting his hat across. All right, but either way, it's that fight, man. It's that effort. He's giving good effort. He's got a good attitude about him. You could just tell he's refusing to be beat here. It's a good little fight right there. Obviously, at the end, whistle blew, whatever. But you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that, man. Let's be physical. Good deal. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Okay? Here's another one. Don't mind the bubble here. All right? Receiver on the outside. Let's see how he descends with the hip. Okay? He's going. And that DB at the top, man, this changes directions pretty good, man, pretty nasty. So we got to really be on 10 right here. But look, once again, right, we talked about it. It's beautiful sometimes. And I know the angle isn't the best, but it's kind of like a symphony, man. Like you see that, you can kind of see what he starts to descend. So the receiver starts to descend. And look, you're in a good position now. Good position. Okay? Just keep fighting. Keep fighting. Run those feet. I like it, man. Guys, get your receivers to buy into the run game. I promise you, it's going to be a fun year. Fun year for you as a coach, fun year for the offense, because dudes are going to want to get after it. We're going to look to set the tone, okay? Beautiful. I'll take that. What do you think? I'll take it. Keep fighting through the whistle. Good. Okay. Here's another rep. Not bad position, okay? Obviously, there's a height difference. You're not always be able to win those as far as leverage goes, but the base is pretty good. Keep fighting, keep fighting, keep fighting. Right here, though, got to be careful, okay? You can't get caught leaning right there. He's got to run his feet in tighter. He's got to take the air out. Right now we're talking about there's that separation that we don't want, okay? Honestly, it's going to happen sometimes, right? If you get in that position, man, just got to be careful. Sometimes you just got to let go to avoid that. I'd rather take a 3 or 4 yard gain than, going back 10 yards. Okay. So once those arms get extended, right, you're talking about flags all day. So you got to be careful there. Okay. Now we're going to watch the slot. All right. Now he's going to go out. We want to avoid those false steps right there. Look, I talked about winning phase one. So right now, the ball snapped. We ain't going anywhere. Phase one lost. You got to work even harder now to make up for it. Okay? So he's working towards the DB. Okay? But here's the problem. Right there. That hop, you're now ascending, or you're in air right now. All right? So while you're in air, what is the DB doing? He's gaining ground on you. It's not going to work out for you. And you'll see right here, whack, okay? Now, I'll give him credit, man. I mean, he takes it on the chin and he keeps fighting. But we want to avoid that, man. That's not good, okay? Leverage, boom. Be careful, okay? It's that hop, though. You can't hop. You just got to be active with the feet. Got to be active with the feet. But does he give effort and attitude to recover? Absolutely. All right? He's still going. Make something out of nothing. All right? Keep that arm, though. In tighter. I don't know if y'all see that. That arm's on the outside. That's no good. You got to fight, right? We talk about, we'll work that too. Just replace, right? Knock down, replace, constant hand fight, okay? Got to get that arm back inside, fight it. Okay, let's watch it again, right? DB, eyes on the near hip. He starts to descend, we start to descend. Right there, okay? Good. You got to get feet in better position, all right? So you got to be able to feel that, right? So that pressure, he's going to start to fight pressure with pressure. And just like receivers are taught, okay, when you got that pressure going one way, you got to know the throw by is coming. So right here, right? Slight throw by, okay? Now he starts to make that move. This is what I'm talking about. You get out of position, sometimes you just got to chalk it up as an L and let it go. So, I mean, whether they call that or not, it's iffy. I don't know if they will. We kind of, let go, but let's not even leave it up to chance. Okay, but the descent was good, right? He got in there, hip sunk, I sink, okay, and I'm in position. And once again, we're able to make something happen. All right, obviously, with this drill, it's a little more control, but you get the point. Okay, here we go. Working towards the DB. Hip sinks, we start to descend. Okay, boom. Leverage, right? Boom. Now, our receiver's taller than this kid, but his leverage is good. Okay. Now we want to get that hand strike. We want to really get that hand strike. We want to beat him to the punch. Okay, for a couple reasons. One, we want to shock him first. Two, we want to make sure, we want to get our head all into it. Okay. But sometimes it happens. We wear helmets and face masks for a reason, so we're all right. Okay. But there it is. Okay. Hands inside. You can see the hand right there. He can get it slightly, more inside. It's kind of getting closer to that flap over there, that shoulder pad. Fight it back inside. Get it on that breastplate. Get it on that breastplate. All right. And then just keep fighting, man. Keep fighting. All right. Be careful here, right? It's that get into that reach zone. So you got to really run. Maybe he turns into that reach and rip and run and just cuts him off. You just got to be careful there. Okay. Okay. We're getting some game clips. Coach, was there any questions?
No, Coach. There were no questions.
All right, cool. We'll keep it rolling. All right, so I want you guys to see this the slot right here. Y'all can see that slot. Does a great job here. I like this clip a lot. All right, running the screen. All right, to the short side of the field here. He's going to go after this corner here. All right. Now these are clips from this year, last year. This is from 2 years ago. So we're going right. He starts to descend. All right. We break down a little late, but it's fine. We got some room to work, right? This is what I was talking about. 5 yards of room, 5 yards to work here. Okay. Closes the distance, right? Look at his feet can stay a little more active, but watch the strike. Boom. See the helmet go back? That's what I like. That's what we want. Okay. Could even be more. Maybe I'm asking too much. I don't know. I like the violence. This game is violent. Or at least it used to be, right? So we want to make sure we get in there. Boom. Pop. But look at the base, right? And just drive. Love it. You want to set the tone of a ball game? Get your receivers to be physical and violent and block through the whistle. That'll set the tone. I tell these guys all the time, if they say, if any DB coaches is watching our film, the one thing I want to say is these dudes get after it in the run game. Other stuff, yeah, we'll get there. We'll be able to make plays. We'll catch footballs. But you know what? First and foremost, they say, man, hey, y'all better be ready in that run game, man. Those receivers get after it. That's what I want. So once again, break down, boom, pop, drive. Whoops. Driving them out. It's a good rep right there, guys. It's a good rep. Bully ball, gentlemen. Bully ball. Okay. Slot inside. Now, we'll watch both. We'll watch the slot first, okay? Boom, right? The play is going away, right? He's working right now, okay? He starts to go out straight, but then you see him right here kind of work towards that other shoulder because he knows the run's going away. So he's going to stay there, okay? Keep going now. And this is kind of before I really started teaching the reach and the rip and run. So right now would be a perfect opportunity to do it, right? Rip under that armpit, okay, and get moving. Another thing I like, guys, and if receiver coaches in here or whatever, if you're going to talk to your receivers at some point, I don't care if a dude is off like here and he's losing ground or he's backpedaling, whatever. I don't care if he's 50 yards down the field. I want you to run, and I want you to chase him. I don't know about y'all, but being chased nonstop is not the best. It's not the most comfortable feeling. I think it actually makes people nervous. It could, or makes people uncomfortable. I know that. So watch the receiver down here. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Keep running, man. Go after him. He's got to know that no matter where you're at on the field, I'm coming for you all game long. The only time it stops is when that whistle blows. All right, that's the only time it stops. And then we're back to the huddle. But then the next play, we're right back at you. Love it. Okay. So once again, the slot here, if he rips and runs right here, right, we can now cut him off. And the only thing he'd probably be able to do is come underneath the receiver. And at that point, right, he took himself out of the play. Beautiful. Okay. All right. Outside here, we always talk about this. Find work. Okay. Got to find work. I don't care where it comes from. You just better go. All right. You block one guy, he slips off, whatever. All right. You're still working on the field. Just find work. So I want you to watch the outside receiver here. Okay. This guy right here. Ended up being a really good blocker, man. Awesome kid. You know, before this season, he maybe had, 5 meaningful, not even meaningful snaps, but maybe 5 game reps. He ended up coming in, man, bulking up, doing his thing, working hard, and was tremendous for us. Finishing in the top 5 in the county in receptions. Is going to Mount Union. Great kid. Always gives great effort. Okay. He comes out here. All right, issue. What's the issue? Okay. And now going back real quick, guys, I want to make a point. So what I was saying before about the positive language, I don't believe in, I want to use as much positive language as I can and still get the same point across. So if we're watching film together, I can easily say, hey, Jose, what'd you do wrong here? And, essentially, right, we want to talk about the things that we can improve on. Okay. So I can say, Jose, what'd you do wrong here? Or I can say, Jose, what could you have done better here? That language of better, right? It's positive, right? We want to hear that. Okay. That's what I'm looking for. All right. So Jose, what could you have done better here? Coach, I could have got my hand inside. Fight that hand inside. We got away with it. All right. He starts to do it at the end. Now look, the dude kind of sheds him off. All right. Whatever. It happens. It's going to happen. But here's what I like. Find work. Go to the next guy. Does he get full contact on him? But he's looking for work. He's looking for work. Love that. Okay, keep going. Okay, same guy right here. Okay. Love the physical play now. Ends up calling us back for a hold out here. I don't know. I always felt like if you're going to be aggressive like this, man, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take at least one. I don't know. I mean, it's always subjective, right? And you can't argue with the ref. It's not going to help you. But you know what? I'd rather my dudes do this than be soft. Look at him getting after it. Now, this is where I think he got right there, the little rip. All right, but the hands are still both in tight. I don't know. I mean, you guys can tell me, but I like it. I think he's getting after it. I think he's mixing it up. You can tell he's got a sense of urgency. You can tell he's being violent. It looks like a fight. I tell him all the time, right? If you're in a fist fight, how you going to move? You going to sit there and kind of just, hear light movements, or you going to get after it? Get after it. Whoops. Hold on. Man, I keep doing that crap. Okay. Once again, man, right here. Okay. Now it's because, he starts to get turned. So you got to just keep fighting that pressure. But, once again, it's up to y'all. It's up to y'all. I'll take it. I thought I undid these clips. All right. It doesn't matter. Okay. Once again, man, same up top here. Just keep working. Keep working. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Keep working. Beautiful. He's just going to keep working, man. Go find work. Get after him. I could have sworn I unsorted these clips, regardless. Up top again. All right. Now we got another flag here, but you know what? Maybe it's just me, and I apologize. I will take that all day long. What's wrong with that? You tell me. So we want our guys to be physical on the edge. We want our receivers to be physical, and this is exactly what I coach. So if you think I'm going to get mad at him, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not happening. Not happening. Okay? Look at that. Guys, come on now. You tell me. I mean, he is physical. He is dropping them. Pancake. Flag. Come on now. But it's all good. It's all good. I'll take it all day long. Okay, up top. Remember, told you, start with a violent punch. First and foremost, right? Stance isn't great. Too straight. Right? We're gonna lose phase one, but you better make up for it. He does. Okay? Come out, attack, drop him. Guys, I'm telling you, give me this any day of the week over a touchdown catch. It could be me. All right. I played, fullback and some D line. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. Love it. What do you think? And then down here, look at how the receiver, look at his sense of urgency though. Run. I mean, he's running. He's sprinting there, cuts him off. He knows where the run's going. Okay. And he's in position. He's in great position. Look at this. Look at this picture right here, fellas. Look at this picture right here. Okay. He's getting dropped, right? He's in position. Get your, all you got, guys, you just got to get your receivers to buy in, y'all. That's it. But once again, if they mean something to you, you'll mean something to them. All right. If what you're teaching means something to you, it'll mean something to them. That's all. Okay. Up top here. All right. Look at my little man right here. This dude's dynamic, but he is light, 5'3" on a good day. Seriously. All right. Like Wes Welker, the action figure. Okay. But he gets after it too. These are good blocks right here. Now, that kid probably outweighs him by, I don't know, 50, 60 pounds maybe, but he's going to get after it. Look at that position. He's in good position right there. Yeah. I mean, is eventually going to, after a while, to hold a block is a lot, and especially for a dude light. Yeah, he might get tossed. He might get tossed, but you know what? Look at if we throw this screen, which I don't know why we didn't. Okay, we throw the screen. Look at this lane right here. He's got him walled off. He's in position. He throws this ball right now. There's a crease. Let him boogie. But I like it, man. Once again, I mean, he ends up getting tossed off, whatever. But you know what? The effort's there, the leverage. That's an automatic leverage guy, right? No matter who he goes up against, it's automatic leverage. Okay? Other receiver there. Boom. Good job. Okay. Up top. Man, guys. I'm sorry, man. I just get fired up about this stuff. I'm passionate about this run blocking stuff, man. But I just want you to see, let's be real. Does a defender want to do this all game, get shoved around like that, popped in the face? No. But we're going to do that. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get there. Good strike. Boop. Okay? And look, he keeps working. Now his angle's crap right there, right? So now you pop the dude off. Okay. But now I always tell him this. You got to chase the spot, not the man. If you chase the man, he'll never be there. So right now he starts chasing the man, and guess what? What happens? Beats him over the top. Now, is it detrimental to the play? No. But if that dude springs it, now it's another defender that the ball carrier has to avoid. If we just flattened our angle right there, all right, and and cut him off, we'd be good. A little slot guy, he's in good position, right? He's in good position. Once again, man, he's light in the ass, but he is fighting. Okay, he's in there. Okay, could be more violent, but we'll take it. Here at the bottom, right, just going to run him off. That's as good as a block gets. But I will say this, and I don't know, I have to see how many on film, but you can kind of see at the end, I want you to run him off. But here's the beautiful part, right? Sometimes, right, the DBs will realize, he's just running me off. Guess what? As soon as we close that distance, we're going to pop you. Every single time. We're there. So look at the end. You can kind of see him kind of reach for it. I don't know how good of a pop it was. Got to be careful. The dude turned his back. But he's going for it.
Hey, Coach, we got a couple questions here.
Yeah, shoot.
Coach, against press coverage, are you having guys come to balance before engaging, or are they getting into the defender right away?
So it kind of depends. So with press, right, press man, we can work, and we'll call it, we call it stealing a release, right? So even though we're not getting the ball, like I was explaining there, we can run them off. So we'll work certain releases. He's playing man coverage on us, right? So we're going to work certain releases, okay? And we'll get him to run down the field with us. Obviously, that ball is coming immediately to us. we're just going to engage right away. We're a team. We don't change our stance depending on, if it's press or man. Like our stance is going to be what it is. Okay. We're going to get, like, for instance, right here, he's playing, he's manned up over here in the boundary. We have plenty of room to operate. So I feel like we don't have to change our stance. But more times than not, right, if the guy is strictly press and he's playing man coverage, we're going to steal a release. We're going to work and kind of gauge that in our memory bank to know what works later. So when we do go to a pass, I said, okay, cool. Like I hit him with a, inside hezzy and it worked. Good. I'm going to go back to that. Does that make sense? Hope that answered the question.
And then what do you teach about crack blocking technique?
No, that's a great question. Depending on who we're cracking, right? We do a lot of dang, I might have slipped my mind. We do a lot of push crack. Okay, so if there's a defender, if there's a DB on us right here, it all depends who we're cracking, of course. But a lot of times, right, we'll push up. So we'll push up first, and then we use our peripheral, and we'll do a drill like this. So sometimes, right, we look to push and then crack the safety here. So I'll work a drill where one of my receivers will be here, one will be up, I'll be the safety. Okay, I'm kind of going in the back pedal. As soon as he sees me descend, all right, he breaks it off, and it almost becomes like a slant, right? You kind of just pressure step and cut him off. Okay, go for that near shoulder. Okay, go for that near shoulder. Because if you go for that far shoulder, he can just, he can beat you over top, whatever. If we go for that near shoulder, we kind of keep in line with that. All right, and we want to make great contact. And there's, we're not going to crack a whole lot, right? So you better make the most of it. All right, really lay into the guy. So right now, if we're cracking, like say we're just cracking this guy, all right, we may have to just immediately go just because he's so tight. If that makes sense. Anything else, Coach?
No, Coach, that's it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay, down here, here's where it kind of goes back to, keying that near hip, watching the descend, all that stuff. He explodes off the ball. All right, he's good. He starts to turn and run. But look, I mean, it's like on a string, like we're staying with him. Just break down, okay? Stay with him. The only thing, right, here's where he could have improved. Boom, right? Leverage, okay? So now the dude's getting in on you, and you're going to take a little shot. He even comes off the ground, right? He even lifts off the ground. We don't want that to happen to us. We want to do it to them, okay? So gotta stay lower there. Okay? Up top, right? He's working to cut him off, right? He's in between him and the ball carrier. All right, the play is kind of dead, so he's looking back. I would still rather him, his eyes be here. Don't worry about this. Worry about this, okay? Okay, down here, right? Staying with him. Mirror drill. We'll do that too. Mirror drill. But look at him. He's staying with him. Guys, it's frustrating. Think about it. You're DB, man. You got this dude all in your face the whole game. You're going to kind of start to back off a little bit. At least most will at some point, right? This is frustrating. Like, you know what? Whatever, man. I'm just going to kind of I'll chase it down or something. I don't know. Everybody's different, but I think it can get frustrating. But look at it's that on a string deal, right? His hips go, we start to descend, okay? Now it's just mirror drill, basketball. And I like it. At the end, lay into him now. It's kind of because he's leading with the shoulder more, right? We want to really roll those hips through like a clean, okay? So he kind of gets knocked off balance here. Not a good look for him, but you know what? He's in front of him, so I'll take it. Not always going to have a perfect rep. Up top, right? Break down, move. Good. Now, the only thing is, right, he's kind of beating us across the face. So now what I want to do, like we did with that drill before, I want to take that arm, all right? So right now I want to take his right arm. I want to punch through that shoulder pad to get his shoulders turned, okay? I swear. All right, here's a perfect example of always be attacking. You want to always be attacking, attack. Don't stop, close the gap, keep going. This is a touchdown, but it's not, and it's on us, okay? Up top. Does a great job, man. Explode off the ball, but look, the dude is just sitting there. He's sitting there. Close the distance. Keep working. We don't, and who makes the tackle? That's a touchdown, guys. Now, on the stat sheet, right, you're going to see an 18-yard gain. Be like, damn, explosive play. Love it. Should be a touchdown, though. All right, he's got to attack. This is the first game of the season. All right, but still, man, you got to attack, man. We want the work. I tell those guys all the time, it was great. Before we got out of here, a little receiver, little slot guy, he's like, want the work. Want the work. That's what we talk about. Want the work. I want the work. Always. Always. Okay. At the bottom here, right? Kind of just more along the lines of, he's manned up on us. We're gonna steal a release here. So like right now, all right, he's getting a gauge. Okay. So if I know I stem them outside to give a quick pressure step and go back in, well, guess what? If I have a slant coming, I know it works. But here's what he does, right? Steals the release. He understands, but now I'm into him. Good. I just want him to close that distance. When you start to lean and reach, you're not going to get an explosive shot like that. That makes sense, okay? All right. We're working out here. We're working out here. Watch these guys, man. They're just getting after it. Now, look, and if there's anybody, from North Carolina in our conference, you're playing Scotland here. Obviously, they got some dudes. I mean, look, this is a little receiver. He's going up against one of their better defensive players right here. This kid's a dude, man. But it's just that mentality. It's just that mentality. He's probably outweighed by 100 pounds. But what is he doing, man? He's working. He's fighting. We preach that. It's every day, every single day. You got to work. You got to fight. I don't care. Look, my thing is this. We talk about competing on every play, not only with the opponent, right, or who's across from you, but with yourself too. So I may go. Look, we do the tire drill. I may match up two dudes that are just polar opposite. But you know what? You're going to compete with yourself, meaning, all right, if the dude ended up dragging me because he outweighs me, he's way stronger than me, in a good 5 seconds, well, that next time I go up, maybe it takes 7 seconds, all right? I just improved. Not to mention, I don't know about you guys, all right, but where we play, I can't pick and choose what defenders go up against my guys. I can't. It's just not – that's not what we do. So, why is it any different in drill? If I just match you up, it is what it is. You got to find a way, right? You got to work. Okay, but I love it, man. He is working. And watch the outside receiver here. Now, let's key this inside receiver here real quick. Look at that. Got to be careful, man. Got to be careful. You're too tall. You're too high. Not to mention, what is he doing? I love it. I'm a big Bill Walsh guy. I kind of was groomed up in the West Coast offense, so I really, love Bill Walsh and all his talks. And one of his coaches he always talks about is beat him to the punch. They always want to beat him to the punch. We're not beating anybody to the punch there. He is laying into us. So you know what? You may take a shot, okay, but just keep fighting. Can't win them all, but you know what? You can avoid that. He's kind of getting ragdolled a little bit, but it is what it is. Outside receiver here. Now, I'd like for him to close that distance a little faster. He's kind of coasting, all right, but you know what? Staying in front, and now we engage. Right, the right hand is a little wide for me, right? He's got to fight it back inside, okay? He's got to fight it back inside, but keep driving, drive to the whistle. Yeah, man. Hey, see homeboy sitting right here? Prop his ass right next to him, okay? And we're good. Guys, I don't know about you. I'll take that all day long. Gotta get fired up watching receivers block, man. I swear. Okay. Down at the bottom here, just, once again, stalking, okay? Starts to descend. We start to descend, but we're always gonna get something. You see that? Now, is that a violent hit? No, it's a little patty cake-ish for me, but you know what? He's getting hands-on. Every single play, we're getting hands-on. We're there. We're there. Okay, it's a couple years ago. Watch the receiver down here. Okay? Okay, kind of shuffling towards him. That's fine. It's man coverage. Lock. Good. Guy's working, right? Look, he's starting to get his hat across. What can we do? Now, he doesn't rip, but what does he do? Just like a DB will do, right? Grab that wrist or pin that arm down right there. Pins the arm down. What does it do? Look at it, turns his shoulders. So now we can work and get our hat across. Look at that. Guys, y'all see that, right? I'm not seeing something different here. Okay, love it. Fellas, if we're going up against these dudes, right? So we're gonna use, for me personally, right? I'm gonna take their tactics. I'm gonna use it against them in certain situations. Shoot, I go to these clinics, man. I'm sitting in on DB talks. Let me know how to combat. What are you guys working on? Okay, you want to pin the wrist, pin the arm down? I'm gonna pin your arm down. Work it. Look at that. If that run springs, now obviously this dude's coasting, he's plays over. If that run springs, we're in good position. We're in good position. Okay. All right. Now, once again, man, my little receiver here, a little RPO action. So he kind of gets, he kind of gets mopped there, but it is what it is. It's going to happen. Can you get back up and fight the next play? He does. All right, but watch the two outside receivers. We'll start down here. Love it. Explodes off the ball, right? No real false movement right there. That's good. Explodes off the ball. Look at that little look, I love this. Watch the little pressure step to kind of set him up and get him to step right there. So what does he do? Steps. So now, right, since he stepped like that, he's kind of off balance. He's kind of off balance. So when we make our contact, it's good contact. Because if it wasn't good contact, would this guy really move back like this? Look, I wouldn't say he's stumbling, all right, but it's a slight stumble because pressure step gets him off. Boom, love it. Fight. Take the air out, though. He starts to do it a little bit, but look at that, man. I mean, come on. Keep going. Up top, watch this, right? He's manned up. Going to kind of work some downfield releases, but eventually, right, he goes into him now. He's a little too far for me, a little far, right? It's kind of, he's kind of leaning, but you know what? He's going to keep going. Where's the whistle at? It ain't there yet. Keep going. I almost had a pancake. But you know what? He is now blocked how many yards down the field? Guys, you got to preach it. If it means something to you, it'll mean something to them. Okay. Up top. Example of a good strike. Watch the up top guy. Strike. I mean, do we have a size advantage? Absolutely. But you know what? That dude just went back about 5 yards. Okay. Down here. Once again, man, it's a fight. Okay. It's a constant fight. All right. You're not going to win them all. Who was on the other day? Oh, Damon West. You're not going to win every fight, but you got to fight every fight. But if you don't tell me this is not a good pop right here, I don't know. We're watching different things. Boom. But now, okay, stay with him. Fight the hand inside. Replace. See, he kind of gets slung a little bit right here, gets off balance, all right? And now he's just going to get tossed a little bit. But you know what? Like, hey, once again, it happens sometimes. We can't win them all. But you know what? I will take this fire off right here. I'll take that all day. Look at him. Be careful ducking that head, but all day. We're physical. That's what we do. Right here in the slot, okay? Just working that breakdown, right? He's kind of just, the DB's kind of coasting, but right there, you see it, right? Right there, okay. He starts to sink. We start to sink. Because now he just sunk his hip to change direction. Look at that position, guys. Just like we talked about before. Is he in a good position? Absolutely. My hips are coiled. I can roll my hips through. I can pop and drive and do everything from here. I can move laterally. He is in a money position right there. Love it. Fight. Now, pop wasn't good, right? A little soft. Tell these guys sometimes he couldn't, wouldn't be able to pop a balloon between you guys, but, seen harder hits in a pillow fight sometimes. But you know what? Like, he's getting them blocked, okay? Not always going to happen. But I want a more violent strike than that, 100%. We're violent. Okay, cool. Right here, down at the bottom, receiver. Watch him work right here, all right? So this, right here, we're leaving the corner. We're going for the safety, all right? He sees the safety start to go. He starts to descend. Here we go. We got to start work now. So once again, right, we start to work lateral, but what is he doing? His hips are turned toward the sideline, so he's running. So we got to start to turn and run. See that? He starts to turn and run right there, right? Good leverage, okay? Hands got to be inside. We got to get a more violent strike, but is he blocked? Yes. Okay. Yes, he is. And he's working. Only thing I'll say is at the very end, right there, okay, we could rip and run or just, fight your hat across so he doesn't beat you over the top, because if that running back springs it, this guy is going to make the tackle because we didn't get our hat across. Maybe I'm nitpicking. I don't know, but I want to shoot, man. You got to demand excellence if that's how you want you guys to play. Up top, let's watch the slot guy. He's getting after it. He's getting after it right here. Okay, in there, keep fighting, whistle, but he's still on him though. That's what I like though. Like I said, it's frustrating. I think it could be frustrating, guys. I don't know, you tell me. But he's in there, right? He's working him. That's another kid that was light in the ass, so he's not bringing a whole lot with him. But you know what? He's fighting. He's playing with pretty decent leverage right there. You can see. Look at that. Look at the helmet. I know it's far away, guys, but here's his helmet. Here's this dude's helmet. You tell me who's got leverage. I don't think you could see it from. Nah. Right here in the slot, okay? He a little too coasty for me, right? Too slow. But, you know, he gets on him at the end, and this is what I'm talking about. And it'll never go on the stat sheet, right? But this contact right here, what did it allow the running back to do? Gain 6 more yards. If he doesn't make that contact, right, he's tackled right there, you know, and a little bit further away from the end zone. The little things, right? Football's a game of inches. Damn right. Every inch, yard, centimeter, millimeter counts. Okay? Boom, right there. That little contact. And you know what? Since the running back's going outside, he makes a good read. The hat's in the right place. Okay? And like I said, gives us 5 more yards. We're that much closer. Okay. Watch the two receivers at the bottom. I love this one. I love this one because they're almost just about in sync right here. I'm going to just let it run. Watch this. Oh, symphony. You hear? Hey, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? It's beautiful. Music. There's music to it. Now, 14 whiffs like you're blindfolded in wiffle ball, but you know what? You know, the descent is good. He's just got to take a better angle. Angle's crap, okay? So what he could have done better there, right, is take a better angle. Now, in his defense, okay, this run is you know, we're looking forward to hit inside, ends up getting bounced. So in theory, right, he's actually not wrong because we're looking for here, so he's actually in good position. So it happens. But the descent, guys, beautiful, okay? Receiver right here. Love it, man. Look at him at the bottom, okay? We talk about this, right? Sometimes, hey, take him where he wants to go. If this dude's just going to kind of keep running, all right, push his ass to the sideline then. There's the lane. If he doesn't get that block, where's the tackle occur? Probably right there at that 35, okay? Where does it actually happen? Where does he get to? At the 44, 43. It's all because of that block right there. Y'all see that? Come on now. Work. And it's just effort. Technique, whatever. But, you know, if he's just like, whatever, I'm not on field blocking, it's a tackle. Yeah, keep fighting, keep working through the whistle. Not bad, right? Okay. I want to point this one out at the bottom. I told you before, right? We want to attack downfield constantly. You got to know we're there. Look at this. You got to know we're there. Does it matter? If that's our guy, right? Hey, look, go for this dude. All right. We know that. That's what we're going for. Now, could he have come off on the safety? That wasn't really his job right here. All right. But the fact is, I don't care if you're 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards, 50 yards. We're coming at you. He's off the screen and he's still making contact. You know we're there. Good. All right, guys. That was my presentation. I'm gonna, you know, I'll eventually kind of work on getting more of that better drill tape, you know, for you guys, you know, to show. But if anybody ever has any questions in regards to that, and you know, if anybody has any questions now, I'll take it. But no, I appreciate you guys tuning in. And once again, man, if anybody has any questions, you know, even after this, you want to talk some more blocking stuff or receiver play or anything like that, you know, or, you know, you can reach out to me on Twitter. You can, you know, whatever, man, just hit me up and you know, we'll kind of go from there. So do we have any more questions, Coach?
No, sir. Just some praises.
Well, I appreciate that, guys. It was it's definitely a lot of fun being on. Well, I'm on this end regardless, but to actually present was pretty cool. But I hope you guys got something out of it. Like I said, to me, and they talk about it all the time. When you see a team with receivers that block, it kind of tells a lot about the team. And whether that's true or not, we're gonna do it regardless. I don't care what the adage is, if that's what it means, but how I'm gonna coach it is that's how I'm gonna coach it. First and foremost, you have to block, and that's why we start every Monday with it. Man up Monday, man. Grab your nuts and go, because we're gonna get active. Whatever case of the Mondays you got, we're gonna hit it out of you. Okay, you're gonna fight it out of each other, or you're gonna work it out of each other. And that's what we do. And it's something that at Britt we believe in. We pride ourselves on being a physical group, across the board, wherever it's at. You know what I mean? And as far as just the receiver room and the receiver group, I damn sure will make sure that is paramount for us. We are not going to come out there and be soft. We're not going to come out there and not block. I watch, it's funny, I'll watch film sometimes, okay? And whether we're scouting and, I'll watch film with my group. And, I'll point it out, man. If I see a receiver kind of like half-assing or something, I said, you let me know. How does that look? You tell me how that looks. Because if you decide to take a rep off, that's how you look. So if it looks good to you, you let me know. But we're speaking two different languages, okay? Two different languages. I promise you one thing. I'm not saying, we had a very good receiving core this year. Two of our guys, like I said, were in the top 5 in the county. The other one, the little slot guy got hurt. He would have been up there too. All right. One of them set some county records, a ton of catches, all that stuff. That's great. All right. Next year, who knows? Will we have that again? I don't know. But you know what? We're damn sure going to have dudes that block, whether they catch 50 balls or 5 balls. All right. In that run game, or that pass game, screen game, whatever it is, you're going to know about us. And that's exactly, and I promise you that. And, my coach knows, and he's in there. What's up, Coach Randolph? He knows, all right, that he has my word that, that group is going to come out there and be physical always. And that's not going to change. So once again, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Obviously I don't know everything. I'm just a high school coach, man, just passionate about what he does. But, thank you guys for tuning in and obviously being so supportive of everything that we do here with the online clinic. And, supporting, the speakers that come in and just your want to learn and continue to grow, man, it speaks volumes. So like I said, I can't, honestly, I know I say it all the time and it's kind of repetitive, but I really am grateful for all you coaches, man. And this profession, it's the greatest profession out there, man. And you guys are making it count. So